got some power rankings. Why not MVP? Chandler, why don't you take this bad boy away?
All right, I feel like we cannot go wrong with any of these guys. These guys are all having great years and great seasons. But at number 5, I got Luka Jokic. I think his numbers are insane, first of all. 33.7, 8. Like, if their team was in the OKC type of position or a little bit in a 1 or 2 seed, I think obviously his number would be closer to 2 or 3 right now. But he's going to put up numbers. He's going to play a lot of minutes. When he is healthy, he is one of the most dominant players offensively in the NBA. And those numbers, again, if his team continues to win games, he is going to be there and he's going to continue to rise in the MVP rankings. And I'd love to see him get his first one. I just don't know if it's this year, but those numbers are unbelievable. So I got Luka at number 5.
Yep, and that's a great start, Chandler. At number 4, we got to go with Victor Wembanyama. Listen, you can't have an MVP candidate coming off the bench. The numbers are down, the minutes are down, and we understand why. This is a long play for the San Antonio Spurs. But as far as this MVP race go, you still got other guys that are playing big minutes and putting up big-time numbers. So unfortunately, Victor slid a little bit. We had him like in the 2-3 spot early on in this season. But right now we got him at 4th. Like I said, he's dealing with some knick-knack injuries, dealing with some stuff that can turn into from knick-knack to some serious injuries. So right now we got him at number 4, averaging about 24 and 11, but he's still coming off the bench. The minutes are down. So that's where we're going to go with number 4, Victor Wembanyama.
This is where I don't know like how you vote, right? Because if you're looking at these guys and the next guy we're going to talk about too, if you take him off his team, I think their team is completely different. Victor Wembanyama impacts both sides of the ball more so, I think, than any of these other guys too. So who knows how it goes into, but Victor 4, but the way he impacts defensively is unreal. Number 3, Cade Cunningham. I think we all know who 1 and 2 are, but this guy, like I just said, if you take him off the Pistons this year, they are a completely different team, more so than any of the other 4 guys. I think they'll still be solid. The Detroit Pistons would really, really struggle. This guy's one of the best closers in the league, big guard, makes everyone around him better. He knows when to defer. He knows when to be aggressive. He can get downhill. And again, those numbers are nothing to slouch at. We're just so used to these just numbers that are off the charts that these don't really move us that much. But this kid's a stud. He's probably going to win the Clutch Player of the Year, put the ball in his hands. And this team just basically plays hard, defend, and put the ball in Cade Cunningham's hand at the end of the game, and usually he closes it out. And they're such a surprise team with their success in that 1 or 2 seed all season long. You got to look at Cade Cunningham as a real option here to win MVP. It's just tough with these top 2 dogs.
And you know what else? I really like Cade to even improve his position in this MVP conversation if Detroit continues to move on. But at number 2, this might surprise some people, but it don't necessarily surprise me. At the 2 spot, you got SGA. Still doing his thing, the reigning MVP, the reigning NBA champion, but he's at that 2 spot now. OKC as a team, as a collective, and him being ahead of that snake, they're playing really good basketball, and they're still poised to be probably in the conversation of being in the NBA Finals. But at number 1, you know what's going on. That's the guy that he's going to be competing with. And so when you start talking about guys with big-time triple-doubles, you can't ignore those numbers. And for that reason, I got SGA at number 2. And we can talk about the obvious number 1 at this point. Take it away, Shane.
Yeah, and I think if they didn't go on this little skid, where I think we're losing our minds a little bit on this skid, they've lost 3 games, but I think he has a chance to go number 1, and we're talking about the historic season. Are they going to break the record? I don't feel like people think they are now, which is crazy because
I told you they were going to be right under it. They were going to be right under it.
And their schedule was super light to start the season. And I remember we looked at the schedule and we said, what teams are going to give them trouble? And San Antonio was the only one in sight that we thought that would beat them. And they are, but he's going to be right there. Number 1 is the best player in the NBA, Nikola Jokic. His numbers are insane. The impact that he has on this team. I mean, look at that field goal percentage from the way he plays some of the big games. He had the 56 and 16 and 15 game against the T-Wolves. He had 55 and 12 and 6 against the Clippers. He is the most versatile player in the NBA. And there's some fun numbers this year that it's been going viral a little bit. His points per game is higher than Shaq's best season. His rebounds per game is higher than Karl Malone's best season. His assists are higher than Jason Kidd's highest season. His field goal percentage that we just talked about is higher than Tim Duncan's best season. And the PPM and the PER, the PER, if you will, are the highest ever. So it's
of all time.
somehow continues to still break records and make history, and it's so fun to watch. And he impacts the game not as much defensively as Wemby, but man, offensively, this guy is a point center that can do it all, and he keeps getting better somehow. So number one for me is Jokic, but it's also SGA's right there to kind of bring it back in his favor.
Those numbers are stupid, so stupid. We'll take a quick break or run it back on the other side. Shout out said that LeBron's no longer a number one option. Any team he would play on, any team, he'd be the number 3 option and wouldn't even be the number 1 option on the Wizards. Lou, are you buying that? And by the way, no disrespect, Wizards. I didn't mean to say it so shocked, but go on.
I mean, I'm not buying any team. He would definitely be the number 1 option on the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
And there's a few other teams out there. As far as where he is in his career and wanting to compete for championships still and still having an opportunity to add to that, he won't be the number 1 option. But saying any team is kind of crazy. No matter what, in some of these small markets and some of these places, it's fantasy land us talking about it that he will never be at. But there's a few teams out there that he could still be the number 1 option on. So I'm not buying that.
Yeah, I was rolling with this till the end there. It just seemed like it got a little bit hateful.
Sure.
It took a turn there. He's 40 years old. Like, I don't know if this is supposed to be an insult or if they I don't understand this, but I would take him as a number 1 option this season right now on a couple of teams. But this is no surprise. We mentioned this year when he comes back, is he the 1, 2, or 3 option? I don't think it matters, first of all, because he's going to have an impact regardless. But this isn't a hot take to me. He's 40 years old. I don't find this insulting at all, but it's just he would be a number 1 option on certain teams, but not the Lakers.
It's just so specific. All right, Chandler, you're up first on this one. Jeff Teague said the Christmas game showed him that the league no longer belongs to the old dudes, the LeBrons, the Stephs, the KDs. It's Ant, Jokic, and Wemby's time. I like that he had those 3, Chandler. Are you buying that those are the 3 faces of the league?
Yeah, and I think they've been now for a year or 2 years, maybe even. Like it's been a kind of a shift, and there's so much young talent. And it's weird he didn't say SGA, who's the MVP, but
I thought so too.
It's definitely there's this shift, and it's weird for me too, and probably Lou, like the James Hardens, KD's, LeBron, Steph, Chris Paul, Westbrook. It's like those guys that we competed against and played against our whole career. They're now kind of on their way out, and there's this new wave of young talent, which I think is great. The Cooper Flags, the Devin Booker still around, Jason Tatum, Brown, Jalen Williams. Like there's so many young guys. Jalen Brunson's right there. It's kind of his turn. So I agree with this fully. It's just the first person I would say is probably SGA.
Yeah, I don't think he left SGA out, but I know the point that he was trying to make, and he makes a great point. A lot of these guys are my peers, and I've been doing TV for 3 years. I'm trying to figure out how they still playing basketball. So yeah, it's been a changing of the guard. Only question I would ask JT is what took you so long to realize this?
He needed the Christmas Day games.
This ain't new this year. It's been around.
This has been a thing for a couple years.
Sometimes you need. So look, their legacy is a reason, right? We're going to see at All-Star how many people are ready to move on. All right, Lou, this one can't wait. Rich Paul on his podcast says he wants MJ, Michael Jordan, taking the last shot over LeBron. What is going on, Lou? Is this getting weird?
Podcasting. He's podcasting.
But it's did they break up? Like, what's happening?
Listen. The Rich wants to be respected as an agent when he's wearing that hat. Damn. And when he's at home having a drink and talking crap with Max on a podcast, he just wants to be respected as his personal opinion on things. And listen, I'm actually buying this. A lot of people always touted Michael Jordan for his killer instinct, who he is as a competitor and wanting to cut your head off. So if it comes down to one play, I want the guy that's going to shoot it over 4 guys in a Michael Jordan than a LeBron James, who will probably make the next play to another guy. Also, an interesting thing, we never give Michael Jordan the credit for giving Steve Kerr the ball to win him a championship as well. But more times than not, Michael Jordan is going to take that last shot. I don't have a problem with this opinion.
I think the message is right here. The messenger is just a little weird. That's
okay.
all. But
we got to get over it.
I get that.
I was told to tell everybody to get over it.
It's just weird. It's weird. It's going to be weird. That's it for us.